Now usually waking up around 7 or 7:15 and feeling great. Giving my feet the maximum amount of time not being used is ideal. About 20 miles to go, split into 2 days. It was another rainy morning to climb up and out of Hazen's Notch to Buchanan Peak. Hazen's Notch marks the terminus of the Hazen Military Road built in 1779. It was built by General Moses Hazen and his American Revolutionary Forces in an attempt to reach and invade Montreal. Alright, what's up y'all? It's day 20 here on the long trail. Just climbed Buchanan Mountain, 2,940 feet elevation. Second to last day on trail. I'm gonna be climbing J Peak, which is the last big one, the last one over 3,000 feet. Early this afternoon or late this morning. I'm doing like 12 or 13 miles today, and then like 3 or 4 to wrap it up tomorrow morning and get to the border and get out of here. So at this point I'm just itching to get done, and I can't wait to make it to the border. It's supposed to rain pretty much all day today again, just off and on. Sometimes it's not even enough to get through the canopy, but sometimes it's a deluge for a little bit, so we'll see what I get. I made it out of the notch and up Buchanan with J Peak in the distance. I took my normal extended rest break at J Camp before the climb up the peak. J Peak was the last big challenge heading north. I tried to wait out the rain a bit, but it wasn't letting up much at all. At this point, I was just taking any chance I could to dry my feet. Climbing J Peak, the last big peak of the trail. I'm just in the clouds right now. Wind and rain is just blowing. It's hard to even film. My phone will get wet. My GoPro batteries are dead. Doing what I can, but yesterday I plugged in my phone and it wouldn't charge because there was water in the port, so I don't want to risk anything. It was my last full day on trail, and I knew I could push through anything. It could storm for the rest of the time and I'd be okay. I kinda enjoyed the last scramble up J Peak on the rock slabs. As long as it wasn't hot, I really didn't mind the weather. I was bummed I didn't get a last big view, but it is what it is. I took shelter in the ski resort buildings on top of J Peak. Well, that was dumb, and that just hurt a lot, but I just fell in between these two logs here. And my feet just submerged, and then I like fell sideways too. And that was a bad fall. I've probably fallen like 20 plus times on this trail. It's insane. I'm trying to tell myself to slow down and take it easy. The slippery rocks, deep mud, rotten logs, and heavily rooted trails were all hazards in the northern section and really forced me to slow down. And then I pass a trail runner going southbound trying to break the speed record under a week, doing 50 plus miles a day. 13 is getting difficult for me now. I climbed Doll Peak and down to Shooting Star Shelter, where I met Easily Forgotten. He had been out on trail 367 days, yo-yoing the entire AT and LT back to back. He certainly had some trail stories to tell. Ira from Barnes Camp back in Stowe had agreed to pick me up from the northern terminus and take me as far as Montpelier, and I eagerly accepted. I had arranged a ride from Journey's End at around 9 a.m., so I woke up at 4:45 to get going early. I wanted plenty of time to film and take in the last few minutes of the long trail. All right, it's day 21. It's about 8 in the morning almost. And I am a quarter mile from finishing the long trail. I'm so close. The border is just right there. The final approach to the terminus with the sign in sight felt so good. I had done it. 275 miles in 21 days without taking any zeros. My body was beat, but it didn't matter. The Canadian border was in sight. I took my time at the border, taking pictures, videos, eating breakfast, and just taking in the sights and the beautiful morning in general. Being out on trail for 3 weeks is worth it, just for the feeling of finishing the trail. I had 1.5 more miles to the parking lot to meet up with Ira. I tried to wash my shoes off in the creek one last time before getting off trail. Legend has it they're still wet to this day. Ira met me with a hot coffee, a wonderful gesture by him. He dropped me off near the bus depot in Montpelier, but my trip was not over quite yet. I booked a $2 bus to Burlington and got a burger in the meantime from Buddy's Famous Burgers. From Burlington, I took an Uber to the Greyhound stop near the airport and caught a bus to Bennington, Vermont. From Bennington, I walked out of town on the highway for about 4 miles before getting picked up by Zeke, a local hotel owner from India. He refused to be paid and said God had been good to him, and when God gives him a chance to do good, he tries to. Perfect end to a journey across the state and back again. Oh baby, back at the truck. Let's go. I have mixed emotions about the long trail. At times it's frustrating, and at times it'll totally knock your socks off. One thing I do know is it's been the most rewarding trek I've been on. The moral of this one was really about overcoming challenges. Between conversing with some AT hikers and from personal experience, through hiking is all about having the right mindset. You gotta see the beauty of the trail to be able to push through the roadblocks. I can see myself hiking the long trail south someday. I could see myself hiking the part that follows the AT again someday. But it feels so good knowing that I finally finished the Thru-Hike and closed a chapter for once. Thank y'all so much for watching. been a wild ride and your support is greatly appreciated. Till next time, y'all. Peace.